of the history chapter, the French Revolution. Students, in the last video, you have studied about the French Revolution, about the king, and what all changes have taken place in the France and the conditions of the people. What was the condition of the people? How they got affected? What was their hardships? How they struggled to survive? And what all different taxes they were paying to the state as well as to the church. So students, this is the content that we have to study. And now, see students, when we are talking about the France, the people living in the France, their conditions were not very good. They were suffering with the many hardships. They have to struggle for the survival. Why? Because the prices of the bread and butter that is required for the survival, that was extremely hard for them. To get the employment, getting and earning the livelihood was really difficult. It was very terrible situation in the France. The peasants, the farmers, and we have already talked about that how the society was divided into different estates. There are 3 different estates were there in the entire France. The first estate, the second estate, and the third estate. The people of the first estate, they were not paying any taxes, they were not burdened with the taxes, and they were enjoying all the privileges. These classes were enjoying all the privileges by the taxes paid by the third estate people. Not only that, even the second estate people, nobility section, nobility people, nobles, they were also paying, were not paying any taxes. They were exempted from paying taxes, and they were enjoying all the privileges that was enjoyed by the clergy section. So first estate, clergy. Second estate, nobility. And the third estate comes with the all the other sections of the people: merchants, traders, small businessmen, small traders, peasants, farmers, landless workers, casual workers. All those people come in this category of the third estate. See students, we have already seen that Louis XVI has treasury was empty, and there were so many reasons that we have already discussed in the last video. There was 13 American colonies. Louis XVI was helping 13 American colonies in the war that was going on, and it was a prolonged war, and Louis XVI was helping to the American colonies financially, as well as the other arms and ammunitions were supplied to them. Not only that, Marie Antoinette, the Queen of France, she was also extravagant. Unnecessary expenses she used to do. Number 3, the Louis XVI had the Palace of Versailles. The maintenance of the Palace of Versailles was also extremely high. And the other important expenses that was borne by the Louis XVI was maintaining the Palace of Versailles, paying the salaries and the income to the court officials, maintaining the universities, schools and colleges, government officials, paying the salaries to all the administrative officers, maintaining the other expenses, day-to-day expenses, has made the treasury empty of Louis XVI. So this was the time when the king needs to billion livre was the debt on Louis XVI on the France. Louis XVI has taken 1 billion livre, and with a 10% of interest in such a long time, it has become the 2 billion livres. Now 2 billion livre was the debt on the Louis XVI that was to be repaid. Now, for that, the king decided that he is going to impose the taxes. So, to impose the taxes, students, during the old regime time and during the feudal system time, the king alone cannot impose the taxes on the people. He cannot introduce the new taxes on the people. So for that, there is a procedure of calling all the people, calling all the state generals, and then discussing with them, taking their views, and then only the king has a right to increase the taxes on the people. So students, what he has done, the king has decided that he is going to increase the taxes, and prior to it he has to call a meeting. He has to call a meeting where all the state generals were available, and in that meeting they are going to decide, and it would be finalized that how much taxes would be introduced and on to whom, on what all things the taxes would be increased. So for that he has decided that he is going to call the meeting. Okay. So a state general. What is an estate general? A state general is a political body. It's a political body that is going to represent the different states of different representatives. Different states will have different representatives. So we have 3 different states, and these states has a wide area, and they are divided into the different area wise. So every area wise they have a different state general would be there, and that general would be representing his area and would participate into the meeting. So for that, students, we have seen that prior to this meeting there was long back previous meeting was also held, and that meeting was held in 1614. In the year 1614, this kind of a meeting was held earlier, and after 16th century, 1614, year 1614, this is the time in 1789, the another meeting was called on imposing the taxes on the people, or in increasing the taxes on the people was called. Such a meeting was called on such time. Not only that, students, you can see that whenever you are going to call the meeting, there are different representatives are there, and these representatives are known as delegates. So these delegates have to come in the meeting, and they have to do their participation in the discussion, and then it would be decided that the tax has to be imposed or not, or how much tax to be imposed. So students, on 5th of May 1789, you can see that the meeting was called of all the state general on 5th of May 1789 for discussing about the proposal of increasing the taxes. As we already know, the treasury was empty, the financial condition was not very good, and king has more of expenses but income is low, and the only income source was the land revenue. Land revenue was the only source of income in the France. So king has decided on this particular day, when everybody has given their consent to come and attend the meeting, so he has called the meeting on 5th of May 1789. All the state generals and the delegates of different states, they came and they have attended the meeting. This is a scene of an hall. A hall was prepared to attend for all the people, all the delegates who are going to come and attend the meeting. You can see the scene of an hall. Here you can see that on the one side we have the sitting capacity is 300 and on the other side we have the capacity of 300. Okay, only 600 sitting capacity was there in the hall. So when the first state people, 300 delegates they came. 300 delegates from the clergy section they came and they have occupied the seat. 300 delegates of the second state they came and they have occupied the seat. That means 300 from the first state representatives, 300 members of the first state came and 300 members from the second state they came. And from the third state there were 600 members, 600 delegates, 600 representatives were there and they were not offered the seat. You can see that they were standing at the back. All the 600 delegates, the third state members, the representatives of different areas, they were standing and only the first state members, delegates and representatives, delegate or representatives, they are sitting and they have occupied the places. First state they have occupied and the rest of the 600 delegates or the members who came from the third state, they were standing position back to the people. You can see the king and the other king members and the royal section people, they are sitting here. So this is a scene of May 5, 1789 when the meeting was called. Now, when the meeting was called, king has forwarded and he has put forward the proposal of increasing the taxes. He has explained about everything, what all expenses, where to meet all expenses, and he has said that there is a debt of 2 billion leverage and that is to be repaid, and for that context and to meet the other expenses, administrative expenses, the king has to increase the income, and that can be only done by imposing more of the taxes, imposing new taxes. So we have seen that when these 600 members of first state, 300 members from the first state, 300 members from the second state and 600 members, you know that 90% of the population is of third state. So we have seen that all the peasants and farmers and artisans, they cannot become the representative. They are the poorer section of the people. They cannot become the delegate. They cannot represent their estate. So among the third section of the people, there were some richer section of the people. Rich people were also there, traders and merchants. They became the delegates. They came in they participated in the meeting. Some educated people were also there. The learned section of the people among within the third state, they also came to attend the meeting as a delegate. They came to attend the meeting, and the 600 members, they came on behalf of third state. We have seen that when these people, 600 delegates, they came, members of the third state, they came, they have brought 40,000 letters, 40,000 letters written by different common people, farmers, peasants, all those who have the grievances with the taxes and with the income or related to the land revenue. All those, there were around 40,000 letters were there, that is to be solved by all those grievances that was written in these letters was to be solved by the king. But king has said that he is not going to listen all these grievances at present. What he wants, he said that we have met here only to increase the taxes. So people of the delegates of the third state, they were really not very happy with the answer of the king. So we have seen that they have requested to the king that why can't we have the voting? Okay, why can't we have the voting? How we can do the voting? Every delegate, every member, every representative would be considered at one representative, one vote. One representative, one vote will be there. So every delegate would have one vote each. So you can easily understand 300 votes from the first state, 300 from there and 600 from there. Okay, they all have decided that everybody can have the voting related to the imposing of the taxes. If more majority would be there, definitely the taxation can be increased on different things or on different people or different sections of the people. But the Louis XVI was not ready with the proposal proposed by the third state. One vote, one delegate. This proposal was on the basis of the social contract. Students, in the last video you have studied about the Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Jean-Jacques Rousseau has wrote a book called Social Contract. In the social contract, he said that there should be a contract between the state, that is nation, country, and the common people, representatives. So there has to be a contract. One person means one vote. So this concept was based on the social contract, on the principle of democracy. But king has rejected this proposal. So when the king has rejected this proposal, the delegates of the third state, they moved out, they walked out from the hall. And they have, because they were not happy with the answer and the rejection of the king, because king has refused, the king has refused to grant their request. The third state refused to budge with all the problems and they walked out from that area. So the proposal that was needed to be discussed remained pending and it remained unsolved in the town hall, in the hall that was with the people. On 20th June 1789, 20th June 1789, all these people of the third state, all the delegates of the third state, they all assembled near the tennis court. They assembled near the tennis court on 20th June 1789 and they decided that they have decided that they are going to form their own national assembly and they are going to draft their constitution. Now, for more number of days, they cannot face all this injustice that is done by the first state and the second state people. So they have decided that they have sworn that they have taken an oath, they have taken a swore that they have taken, this is oath, they have taken an oath, I swear that we people are going to draft the constitution here and we are not going to move from here until the constitution would be drafted. In this context, there were two people who have shown their leadership in making the constitution, in assembling the people and making the people aware about their rights. And there are other philosophers also there who have raised their voice publicly and they have made the common people aware about the injustice that is happening here. So among those two people who have led this National Assembly, they were, you can see that Mirabai and Abesias. Mirabai and Abesias. You can see that they don't belong to. See, again I am repeating, they don't belong to the third section. Mirabai was born in a noble section, noble family, and the Abesias was originally a priest. Okay, so that means they don't belong to the third state. Despite that also, you can see that they knew it that the common people, the third state people, have become a sandwich between the first state, second state, and they are born with all the taxes. Their conditions was not really good. They have really analyzed their condition, so they have started raising voice, and they have started making people aware about the injustice that is happening in the France with the third state people. Abesias has written one of the pamphlet, you can see that, and the name of that pamphlet is What is the Third State? He has wrote, Abesias has wrote What is the Third State? This pamphlet was written by Abesias, and they have decided that they will take away all the feudal privileges from the first state and the second state. They will take away all the privileges from the first state and the second state. Students, when the people were busy in drafting the constitution, when people were busy, National Assembly, they have named themselves National Assembly. So when National Assembly was busy in drafting the constitution, during that time the condition of the France was really not very good. You can see that this is the tennis court. They have taken an oath. They have taken an oath that we people are going to make, they have made the National Assembly and they are going to draft the constitution. June 20, 1789. June 20, 1789 is really an important step in the history of France. So students, when the constitution was going on, the drafting of the constitution was going on, that time the condition of the France was really not very good. It was an alarming situation. You can see that storming of the Bastille. In the first video, we have discussed about the storming of the Bastille. 14 July 1789. 14 July 1789, Paris was alarmed, and there was a rumor that King has ordered for an open firing on citizens. So people have started moving in the Paris towards the Bastille prison, and they were looking for the armory, arms and ammunition, and they have decided they are going to demolish all the government buildings and government institutions. So we have already seen in the beginning, there were around 7,000 men and women on the streets of Paris and the other parts. They went towards the Bastille prison. You can see the picture of the Bastille prison, how the people with all pitchforks and hoes they have taken, and they have started the storming the Bastille prison, and they have demolished the government buildings. They have broke into the number of the government buildings in search of arms. And we have seen that during this time, the condition in the France, the climatic condition in the France was also not very good. And you can see that there was a severe winter. The harvest was also not very good. When the harvest is not good, the prices of the commodity, prices of the breads have increased. Bakers and the other traders and business people, they have hoarded all the food grains. They have not sent the supply into the market, so people were unable to buy the bread and the other food grains that is required for the survival, and there was a great subsistence crisis was going on. and whenever people, women are standing in the queue to buy the bread, and for long hours they need to stand in the queue to get the bread, and despite that also, after standing a long time, they were unable to get the bread because the supply was not there and it was finished into the shops, and it was not availability of the bread was not there. So people were really angry, and the women and the crowd of angry women, they have rose into the anger, and they have stormed all the different shops in that area. So students at that time, at the same time, they have heard when this situation, bad harvest, and the angry women have stormed into the shops to get the bread, and because their children were dying with the hunger, they have not got the food, and there was a subsistence crisis was going on. So in that situation, we have seen that the people have stormed into the shops, and the government official buildings was broken, and the anger of the people was at most at that situation at that time. And we have seen that when the crowd, they have entered into they have stormed the Bastille prison, that to in search of the arms and armory, we have seen that the commander was also killed in that arm fight, and we have seen that prisoners were released, liberated, prisoners were made free. Only 7 prisoners were there during that time in the France, and Bastille was the symbolic of hatred, of power of the king, Then you can see that what all the people they have decided, there was a rumor, and the people knew that the condition of the people was really not good, and king has to face with all his power of his subject, because all the people, that 90% of the people, they were peasants and farmer, third estate people. Third estate people used to pay the entire taxes. We have already discussed earlier in the previous video. There were so many detail was the tax that was paid to the state, to the king it was paid, to the country it was paid, and it was a direct tax. Church tithe was the another tax that to be paid to the church, and on the other things, bread and tobacco and sugar, what all things they need to buy, they have to pay the taxes. So there was a great fear on 1789, 14 July 1789, that was a big revolution that has taken place, and the National Assembly has accepted that the principle of his power will now be controlled and will be regulated by the Constitution. And we have seen that in the end of July and the beginning of the August, there were riots at different places, and the people came out on the street, and they started demolishing different institutions. Not only that, this was the end of the feudal system. Now students, we have seen that it was an important day in the history of France, that on 4th of August 1789, they have National Assembly has passed a decree, this order abolishing the feudal system and all the obligations, all the privileges of the first estate and the second estate. Feudal system has come to an end, and all the obligations that third estate used to oblige to the first estate and second estate, they used to make them happy by paying the taxes, and they all the burdens were borne by the third estate. Now they have decided that all these obligations will not continue, and taxes they are not going to pay. And members of the clergy section, they were forced to give up all the privileges. They were forced to give up all their privileges. All these privileges clergy have got by birth. By birth they have got all these privileges. What was the privileges? They were not paying any taxes and they were enjoying all the facilities. And despite earning, they used to get the income from the people. With the taxes, they used to enjoy their livelihood, they enjoy their lifestyle. And it was really too much terrible condition for the third estate to pay all the burden of the different taxes. Assembly has passed a decree abolishing the feudal system of obligation and taxes. And you can see that on 4th of August 1789, all the members of the nobility and the clergy, they have to give up all their privileges. Feudal dues were given. That means land, we used to pay the gifts and the money to the landlords. Those feudal dues were give up now. Serfdom. What is the serfdom? That the free services that we used to provide to the landlords, or to the services that we used to provide, and these services were free of cost. We were not paid for that. We used to work, the peasants and farmers, sometimes they used to work on the fields and at the houses or in the palaces of the kings and of the nobles, and they were not paid for that. So that is serfdom, free of that labor. That services were now free. Now they will not to be provided without the wages. The tithe, okay, the money that we used to pay to the church, that was also abolished, was now not to be paid. Hunting and fishing rights were also abolished of the first estate and the second estate, and all other personal privileges that they used to enjoy earlier before the formation of the constitution, they were have to give up all those privileges. So only in one night you can see that. Only in one night when the constitution was made, all the feudalism and all the privileges of the clergy section and of the nobility section, first estate and second estate, they all were abolished and they have to give up their all the privileges. So now you can see that in 1791, the constitution was drafted and completed. When the civil constitution of the clergy was made, the constitution was resolved, and whatever financial conditions, debt that they had, that all were resolved and all the problem was solved. How it was solved? The entire property of the church was confiscated. The property of the church was confiscated and it was sold. And you can see that 2 billion livres. Government has acquired assets worth at least 2 billion livres. They have captured all the lands of the church and they have confiscated all the properties of the church, lands of the church, and they have sold that. The worth of rupees 2 billion livres was attained and achieved by the third estate, or you can call it the National Assembly. So National Assembly had now confiscated the property of the church, and after selling out all that lands and the properties of the church, the few churches were converted into the barracks. where army and the other people they used to reside, and the other properties were sold, and 2 billion livres were collected, and that livre was given. You know that King Louis XVI has a debt of 2 billion livre, so that billion livre was returned to the people. Now National Assembly has no debt. French National Assembly is not having any debt on him for paying the taxes. So there was no dues left on the National Assembly. So students, you can see that how the privileges and the properties of the church was confiscated. Confiscated church land, taken. They have taken the land. Now that property has become the property of the government. Or National Assembly has taken under them, that property was sold and was confiscated. So students, we have seen that the condition of the France new constitution was made, and what all relaxation would be given, what all privileges would be given to the common people, what all rights would come further, that we will see in the next video. So you can see the assignment. This assignment you need to solve and send it to me. Till then, stay safe,